Is The Day of the Jackal my favorite movie of all time? No, but it is one of the greatest manhunt movies of all time. Based on the bestseller by Frederick Forsyth, this 1973 release is about an attempted assassination of French President Charles de Gaulle. The OAS, an organization made up of veterans of France's colonization of Algiers, feels betrayed when de Gaulle agrees to its independence. After a number of failed attempts on de Gaulle's life, the OAS decides to hire a professional assassin. And so the hunt begins, a hunt that takes place on two fronts. On one, we have the Jackal as he methodically hunts down his target, and on the other, we have the French security forces as they hunt down the Jackal. Frederick Forsyth brought a journalist eye for detail to his thrillers, and combined with director Fred Zinnemann's solid craftsmanship, you have that rarest of all oddities, a movie that feels like a good book. The kind of book that you would snuggle up with late at night. So, does this movie invite the snuggles? Well, yes and no. Yes, because you can take comfort in the solid storytelling, but no, because our hero is a raging sociopath, and we already know the outcome. So what's the attraction? Well, the devil is in the details, and our hero, so to speak, is just a devil with the details. From securing a false identity and passport to smuggling arms across international borders, we watch over the Jackal's shoulder as he makes his plans. Which brings us to the famous scene. The Jackal hangs a melon from a tree branch as his target and sights in his rifle. And then, having done so, he chambers one of the explosive tipped bullets. The melon is shown in the foreground, and when it explodes, a gasp rose from the audience. It was powerful and violent and shocking, but non-exploitive. And that's good filmmaking. And then, after the plot is discovered, we watch the French government mobilize their forces in an effort to stop the Jackal. To do this, they rely on the services of the best detective in France. Michel Lonsdale plays the detective. He brings a Gallic sagacity to the part. He's a comforting presence in a middle-aged kind of way. And a young Derek Jacobi plays his assistant, who also acts as sort of a super telephone operator as he sets up calls to the security chiefs of the NATO powers. The Jackal must be on file somewhere, and it's their job to track him down before he strikes. And then there is Cyril Cusack, one of the cinema's great scene stealers. He plays the gunsmith who the Jackal hires to construct his sniper's rifle. He's only in two brief scenes, and he owns them. And then there's Edward Fox as the Jackal, and he's brilliant. He may be well-groomed and athletic, and we too would love to tour around Europe in a convertible. But Fox never lets us forget that he's a cold-blooded sociopath as he murders all that get in his way, starting with a forger who tries to blackmail the Jackal. Well, no great loss there. At one point, he murders a woman that he's just slept with, and his limpid eye, almost reptilian glance at her body is really creepy. Later still, he murders a gay man after having slept with him. He does so in order to use the man's apartment to hide out as the French authorities are searching Paris for him. He's like a real-life vampire, taking everything a person has. Finally, in the end, the Jackal misses the target, but the movie doesn't. See you around the campus.